Hello, everyone. Jeff Berlin here with LinkedCraft, and I am the founder of this program and founder of the Berlin Company LLC. And what I want to show you today is how to produce you and your sales team, these types of businesses that focus on B2B transactions, how to create micro-targeted organic clicks. So organic meaning we're not going through paid ads, and how to do it over and over and over again for pennies on the dollar, all while using the same targeting tactics that you see on LinkedIn's paid ad platform, just without that really expensive cost. So let's just go ahead and dive right in here. So here's what you're going to learn today. In this training, we're going to show you how to create LinkedIn traffic over and over again on demand for pennies on the dollar when compared to LinkedIn's paid platform. And so during this webinar, I want you to just go ahead and eliminate all distractions. Now, the information that's contained in this training is great value if applied. So for your benefit, I want to be sure you are giving this training your full undivided attention, all right? So just, put away your credit cards. There is something for sale at the end. Just want to be upfront about that, and turn your phones off, log out Facebook, get ready to take notes, but more importantly, get ready to figure out how you're going to take action on this stuff. And so this is pre-recorded. This is not live, just to let you know that. And so let me just go ahead and tell you who this training is not for. You probably want to go ahead and leave if any of this applies to you. Businesses who don't have a proven sales process or closing process, people who can't invest 2 to 3 hours a week working on building relationships on LinkedIn, or have office staff that can do so on their behalf. This is also not for you if your product or your service can't provide value to your market. All right. So if you're someone who doesn't take action on what you learn, you're lazy, indecisive, this training is just not going to be, it's going to be a no-go, not going to be a good use of your time, that I can promise you. So also businesses with 1 and 2 star ratings, this is not for you. We want to work with 4 and 5 star businesses, organizations who exhibit a good reputation, good workmanship, are driven, and honor their word. So, and also businesses who have a very small target market for their area of service, this is probably not going to be a good fit for you, right? Also, if you sell business to customer, LinkedIn's probably not a no-go. There are some exceptions to that, but for an example, a convenience store selling sodas to a customer, or a hotel room selling a room to a person needing a place to sleep while they're traveling. That's business to customer typically, right? So who this training is for? This training is for businesses and service providers who are tired of dealing with gatekeepers and want another vehicle of lead generation, typically a fast, organic, micro-targeted avenue of lead generation. And so dealing with gatekeepers in today's day and age, it's like a real issue in B2B sales. And so what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to alleviate, how to fix that problem. So move this up here. So B2B businesses and service providers, if you want to reach decision makers, Fortune 1000 CEOs, I'm serious about that, guys, that they are on LinkedIn. If you know how to target them, you can get to them. Small business owners, venture capitalists, real estate investors, facility and property managers, insurance companies. If you want to target these people, or if you are some of these businesses, this is great. For anything B2B, high net worth individuals, accredited investors, which, in this full paid training, not on this video, but full paid training that's offered later, actually show you how to go after people who are, 70% plus accredited investors, populated in the search. So that's very valuable to anybody who's syndicating real estate, right? So, and pretty much anyone else B2B you can think of. So businesses with 4 and 5 star ratings, good businesses, this is who we want to work with. It's who this training's for. If you have a solid sales process and a solid close rate, if you have content to really nurture your market, right? If you sell B2B, we will get more into this below, kind of prime examples of B2B that you can use, or markets that you can go, B2B markets you can go after on LinkedIn. We'll go over and we'll go into that here in a little bit. So if you're driven to build a new system for your business, or if you're driven to have your team soak up material that will allow them to each build a new system for your business and for their commission benefit, which is ultimately benefiting you, right? This is definitely for you. You are in the right spot. Congratulations. So if you or your sales team can devote 2 to 3 hours each week implementing what you learn in our trainings, this is a great place for you to be. Happy to have you here. Really am. So yeah, that's way better. So some industries that this will work for, and this will work for plenty more industries, right? But like, this is just to kind of get an idea of industries you can go after, right? So let me just start with something that's not on the list. Say you're a moving business and you want more moving clients. Now, I'm not sure if realtors could help you guys, but that would be another way. Typically, a moving business is selling directly to the customer, the person moving, right? So that's B2C. But if a moving business were to target realtors, which there's plenty of them on LinkedIn, then that's B2B, right? So real estate, residential and commercial realtors. This is a great place for residential realtors who want to link up with a ton of investors, kind of get them in the loop, figure out a way to do more business. Commercial realtors, this is great. Residential realtors who are open to working, again, with real estate investors. Property management companies. If you're a property management company, you want to get in more with more facility managers, facility directors, plant managers, hotel management, hospitality management companies, this is for you. Insurance. If you're in insurance, you're in restoration, roofing, things like that, this is for you, okay? Construction. If you want more commercial roofing jobs, more commercial HVAC jobs, if you're a general contractor, if you do a fire, water, mold restoration, facility maintenance, commercial solar, this is for you. All these types of people, assuming you're targeting a large enough market, we'll get into that later. I'd say about 3 million. It depends per niche, right? Some niches are, you can go with smaller population than others, but anybody who sells B2B services, if you're a management consultant, UX consultant, if you're in fundraising, if you're a marketing agency, if you sell software as a service, if you're an app developer, you sell any type of service to other businesses, this is for you. This is going to be a win-win, I promise you. So use this, business owners, great for business owners who want to use the system for themselves or train their sales team, their sales president, sales manager. Financial advisors, this is great. We'll show you how to go after high net worth individuals on the paid training, so you can kind of use these methods and get really fancy with your tactics on your targeting, right? So this is great for financial advisors. Again, sales teams, B2B sales teams are going to have a huge advantage for this training, and the ability to have everyone on your sales team implement this traffic on LinkedIn is incredibly powerful. And so right now we see a massive shift in regards to more and more businesses and their marketing efforts being done online. I know you guys see how the world's all going digital, and in this training what I'm going to show you is something really special. And this is why this is going to be like very valuable for your business. So the ability to create targeted and organic traffic for pennies on the dollar from LinkedIn over and over again, time after time, is literally one of the most valuable business skills you can learn. Think about it as like cheating the pay-per-click system, right? You're creating this traffic organically without going through their pay-per-click system, with basically almost all the same targeting. And they have some sick targeting, guys, like seriously. So, when this is integrated with a proven sales process, this will give your business the license to just grow, and the ability to generate traffic at a very low cost on demand is paired with a solid proven sales process is really the ability to generate money, right? More money. And so let's kind of get into to what the cost of typically paid LinkedIn ads are, right? And so paid LinkedIn ads, cost anywhere from $2 to $7 a click, but can run really, a little bit over $12 per click. And so the more targeting you use, the higher the cost is going to be. And that's why micro targeted traffic is so valuable, micro targeted organic traffic, because you get to use almost all the exact same targeting options without the high PPC costs typically associated with LinkedIn PPC, right? PPC meaning pay per click. And so to clarify, unlike paid traffic, again, I know I'm kind of repeating myself. I just want you to make sure you understand this. Unlike paid traffic, where you are paying for every single click, organic traffic is created at will by using methods other than online platforms, PPC platforms. So as you can see, the ability to produce micro-targeted traffic for vastly amounts lower costs than you would be doing through paid traffic is just giving you a huge advantage, right? And it's going to be a very valuable skill to enable your team to have. So I just want to add on, if you go to the bottom of this video, on the right side, you see a little gear. You should be able to speed this up and maybe speed it up to 1.25. This is important to know why this is important, but you can always fast forward or you can just speed this up, right? So we're about to dive in pretty quickly, not too much longer, but this is really important information. So just really want you guys to understand, why this is valuable. So again, these actions and clicks are going to result in things such as calls, inbound messages, automatically scheduled appointments, webinar bookings, landing page traffic, right? So if your average cost per click on LinkedIn for your target market is, say, $6, you only have to get 350 actions or clicks organically to create $2,100 in traffic for a very little amount of money. And you're probably talking anywhere from $100 to $150, right? So if you have five salespeople, if you take my program and you have five salespeople doing this for you, that's like $11,000 a month of traffic you're creating. If you do this for 6 months, that's a lot of clicks generated, right? Um, So these lead acquisition strategies we're going to teach you in a moment, they're being used by very few people on LinkedIn. And the people that are using them, they're typically marketers. So you're not going to see a lot of other businesses using this for their businesses. And a lot of marketers, they're getting clients through LinkedIn, but they're not using LinkedIn like as a done for you service. So they're not implementing this stuff for clients. They're just doing Facebook or Google or SEO. Maybe they're selling something like email marketing or something like that, right? So again, if you stay and you master this and you implement it, you will really have an advantage over your market. And so what I want to get in before we get started is how underutilized LinkedIn is as a platform, right? It's one of the most underutilized platforms. And this is good for the people who get in on how to use it first and take massive action on getting in on it. And so the nice thing about LinkedIn is it works fast. And again, it's vastly underutilized. It works fast, especially when compared to SEO. Less Google ads and less Facebook ads. But, when compared to, all three of these platforms, LinkedIn works very quickly. And so the above, like Google ads and SEO and Facebook ads, they're great avenues, but they are more competitive. And again, it takes a bit longer to see results. So that's why another reason why this is special. So I want you to have an idea of how underutilized LinkedIn actually is. Let's go ahead and take a look at these recent stats. And so we see 100 million of its members use LinkedIn on a daily basis. 260 to 300 million of those log in at least once a month, right? So there's only out of all its users, which I have it written down on the next slide, so I think it's 560 million. Only 3 million users are active prospecting and sharing content on a weekly basis. So hold on a second. 100 out of 100 million people that are on every day, and 260 to 300 million once a month, only 3 million of those are active, messaging and posting, things like that on the platform. So now do you guys get how unsaturated this platform is? I mean, and it's a gold mine, right? And with 90 million senior and executive decision makers, there are plenty of opportunities for business. And it's estimated that almost half of all LinkedIn users have household incomes of over $100,000. And the platform has an end goal of getting approximately 300 billion users. And the current number of users they have is around 574 million. So I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine. I want you to, imagine what it would feel like, you know, having a B2B prospecting system that's automated for you and your sales team, and to imagine processes being driven when your team goes to lunch, when they go knock doors, or even better, when they leave the office for the day. Imagine really leveraging that hardware you have, these computers you have, and these resources you have. So imagine when your employees return their fresh, micro-targeted prospects, how much more productivity would be added to your prospecting and business as a whole with this type of solution? What would this do for your business, and what would this do to your productivity in your business? And we're going to cover some of these processes today on this webinar, but if you stay until the end, we get a free e-guide version on the LinkedIn traffic conversion basics. And so this guy's guide is going to be packed full of value and actionable content. And there's also going to be opportunity to purchase a full business training and or coaching for you and your business or team. And this will give you everything you need to dominate LinkedIn using organic traffic. So let me go into my story. I won't take too long. This is how it all started. So going back to 2014, 2015, I was new to the consulting and marketing world. When it came to client acquisition, I exhausted myself and spun my wheels constantly, going door to door, getting stonewalled, trying to get to key decision makers, and it just seemed to be really exhausting and just not effective, right? And so Google and Facebook ads, they were effective. However, at that time I didn't really have a budget to run ads for my own business. So I was starting out and was just saving up to move out on my own. And this really helped me to connect with the right people and to connect with you know um, qualified prospects too. I think that's a big thing is being able to get in in front of qualified prospects and exactly who you want. And LinkedIn allows that. It allowed me to do that. So I knew there was a better way, and there was. Ta-da, LinkedIn. And so I bought a course about how to start a digital marketing business and find clients through LinkedIn. And I really got hooked to the platform and how it worked. And all of a sudden, light bulbs started going off in my head that, I could use this to get clients for my clients. And there are hundreds of thousands of possible clients right in front of my fingertips. And the further my further curiosity of this platform allowed me to not only use LinkedIn traffic to get clients for myself, but to also sell it as a done for you service for my own clients as an add-on. And so not only did LinkedIn start working to produce cash flow for my marketing business, it was producing cash flow for my clients, right? That I was running it for as well. And so over here we see like a flat roof job that we acquired for a client through LinkedIn. This is over a $60,000 transaction. And these B2B LinkedIn for business to business works great for commercial, residential roofing, restoration, solar, software as a service, pine needle distribution, facility service providers. Let's see here. And so we went into those niches before. We already went into that, but this prospecting method was, really filling out my schedule with exploratory calls. And the best part is this was like 90% of what I needed to do was automated, probably more than that. And so you can see my schedule is pretty busy, and week after week, month after month, over and over again, LinkedIn just automatically, my phone would go off, ding, text message, so and so scheduled a 30-minute exploratory call, and you can see all these opportunities that are popping up. And so things started changing. My schedule was busy with qualified businesses. And, this really, you know, by allowing me to have these booked appointments, inbound calls, and emails, all these prospects needed services to solve their current problems. And, this really just resulted in sales for me as well as my clients. And this was, really just a game changer, because it was an interesting service to be able to sell because not many other people were offering it, right? So it's easier to sell. So if you have any customer types that are business to business, the ability to create thousands of dollars of micro-targeted traffic for less than $150 a month is just out of this world valuable. So if at this point you don't think so, then you are in the wrong place. It's just save you some time, to be blunt. And so again, why organic traffic is advantageous to your business, kind of get into what to expect. So our experience with organic traffic results, this is going to vary. It's going to depend on your close rate, your area of coverage, market saturation, all that legal jargon. Typically we see 12 solid leads, every 2 weeks, costing about $150, based off of the things that we use to make this stuff happen. And so this is scalable by using more profiles and can be turned up to a certain extent. So we're running traffic through profiles, right? And so I charge, anywhere $1,750 to $2,000 a month or more for this service to be implemented. But now you and your sales team can use this system for yourself, and you can learn how to use it. And so imagine being able to create thousands of dollars of organic traffic over and over again while your competition dumps money into LinkedIn's PPC platform. And imagine being able to laugh, creating clicks for pennies on the dollar while your competition spends 25 to 30x for the same amount of traffic and targeting options. It's great, right? And that's because it is. And so what's even better is if you want more traffic, all you have to do is turn up these processes. Turn up these processes to create more activity. Now, there are limits, but you get the idea. Okay. And so 4 of the biggest advantages about LinkedIn traffic. 1, no click fraud. Okay, this is great. With this method, you don't have to worry about competitors burning through your ad spend budget by attempts to click through your budget. Okay. 2, micro-targeted audience. You're able to target very specific handful of customer types and only go after those types. Sorry guys, there's a few typos here. So this is one of the nice things about organic LinkedIn traffic. The ability to dial into one or several very specific customer types is insanely valuable. And then the next thing is big data. And so LinkedIn is a monster when it comes to collecting valuable data for your business. Imagine a massive portfolio of micro-targeted leads for your business to use to create more opportunities. Now, I know a lot of you are selling high-ticket products or services, so just imagine a custom portfolio of 5,000 or more of your perfect clients to prospect weekly. It's a game changer, right? So again, data, that's another huge advantage. And 4, bypassing LinkedIn's expensive click costs. LinkedIn has some of the most expensive PPC traffic of any social media platform today. And that's why the ability to leverage or take advantage of this platform in an organic manner is going to give your business a huge advantage. Right? So let's kind of this is a sliver on how we monetize LinkedIn. So go ahead and get your pen out, start taking notes. And the first thing is inbound messages, emails, live phone calls. These are the types of leads we get, right? So 2, we nurture networks. As we grow these networks, we're going to want to nurture them with valuable, informative content that positions you as a giver and someone of value, right? And the amount of nurturing really depends on the industry and the pain level of the prospects, right? So let's say you're a roofer and you're GAF elite, GAF elite certified, right? So roofers who know what that means, that basically, or people who aren't roofers on here, that means that your labor is so good that the shingle company warranties your labor. Um, if nobody's heard of you and they see that and they look into what that means and they have a leak, you're probably going to be a lot easier to close than if you don't have some type of certification, right? But a leaking roof, that's a painful experience. They want that fixed. And so the next thing is messaging. Messaging valuable content and also emailing. So it's not only on LinkedIn, but off LinkedIn as well. And, taking advantage of, leveraging really good copywriting, nurturing your network, and doing it in large numbers. Um, things like that, right? So, and number 4 is making your profile conversion friendly. Not a lot of people are doing this, and we'll get into this here shortly. So, let's go ahead and dive right in. We already kind of touched a little bit, about some of these methods, but let's get a little bit more specific. And so let's talk about profile optimization. So before you grow your network or run traffic in any way or manner, you're going to want to make sure your profile is optimized to get people to respond to your service or offer. And this is going to be done in several ways, okay? So one is by leveraging a direct call to action in your headline, or that could be asking a question in your headline. I find that in copywriting, which is the art of persuasive writing, asking a question, you know, where the answer would be like a commonality in your market that your market would have or face as a challenge. That's always good, right? And so, a good headline, a good cover photo, and a professional profile picture will help to increase your connections and network easier. So, utilize your headline to explain how you solve your market's problems. You don't want to communicate to your market how you will solve their pain or problem. Again, you want to do that in your headline. So, a good headline, if done right, is going to help you stand out even more. And again, help you communicate your value to your market, right? So, that could be, in your summary below, you have, lead magnet for, 5 things on how to lower your insurance costs. If you're selling commercial insurance, you want to target contractors, right? If you're a roofer, it might be like the 5 things, and you're trying to target facility managers, like, and be a guide for like the 5 things for maintaining a facility manager's guide for maintaining their roof, the 5 things to save your flat roof or something like that, the 5 things that damage your flat roof or void your flat roof warranty. So a lot of people will be seeing your headline, and they're going to be seeing your summary too. And especially if your headline kind of like points down to your summary, right? So it's like, hey, check this guide I got out, right? So make sure that you use this to your advantage. And if someone's interested in your offer headline, they're most likely going to view your profile. So again, it's important to make this headline short, simple, and to the point. And so here we go. I probably could have done a better job at this, but this is a pretty good headline. Roofing or HVAC business need more live inbound calls? ? Message me to connect. Live inbound calls for commercial roofing and HVAC, It communicates your market, what you do. This is a poor use of a headline. Like, okay, wow, you sell solar. you know, it's just not really a good headline. Um, So a direct call to action in your summary is also going to help you to increase your conversion rates of traffic on your profile. So let me elaborate, kind of went into this, but again, you want to use your summary to direct a valuable offer to the audience being sent to your personal LinkedIn page. And so when you do this, again, you're going to want to deliver something of value, a lead magnet, catchy in a catchy, clear manner. Um, it could be an appointment or it could be a guide, right? Of the 5 things you should, facility manager should know to keep their roof um, warranty in check, right? Another thing it could be, it is, at the end of that article, you could add a booking link, right? Um, and so we went into some examples before, a few minutes ago. So just having something down there that's really going to add value, right? It could be a free tool that you create, an ebook, a 15 to 20-minute consultation, or again, a link to a lead magnet. And so a high quality and professional profile picture in a brightly lit area is what you will want your photo to portray. And this is very important in regards to optimizing your profile. So in addition to professional attire and a good smile, or in addition to professional attire, a good smile is very important. So after running traffic to dozens and dozens of profiles, I can tell you a good profile picture matters, and it's very, very important. So moving right along, you want to have a properly aligned and catchy cover photo. Now, the branding and messaging of your cover photo to communicate more about what you do or how you help your market. Again, this can be done in a way that brands what your company does. So as you can see what we did for my company right here. Like, look, roofing marketers, predictably growing roofing businesses with inbound. We couldn't fit it all in there. But for the most part, we got most of it, right? People know what we do. And I've even seen what works great is just a black and white, sorry guys, a black and white background, you know, black background, white lettering, and an arrow pointing down saying, like get 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 your free lead magnet below, right? It won't say that, but like get your free e-guide below, or check my summary for my free gift to you with the arrow pointing down, right? You want to use that to get the attention and kind of demonstrate what you do. So let's talk a bit about accelerating the growth of your LinkedIn network. And you don't want to overdo this. You can't hold me responsible for overdoing this. Okay. Um, don't go balls to the wall crazy with this. Um, so just keep that in mind. Uh, It's a long-term game, okay? Building your LinkedIn network. So accelerating the growth of your personal LinkedIn network is a must if you want more opportunities. And so there's a right and a wrong way to do all of what I'm about to go over in this webinar. So it's important to pay close attention. So here are a few basic important things that you should keep in mind when implementing your network growth. So you need to be successful in populating your LinkedIn search results with the right types of customers before you engage your growth. This is vital. This is something we covered deeply in our paid trainings, and the content in these paid trainings is really, really good content, guys. And so, really accelerate when you accelerate your network growth, you're going to want to do this. Have a solid understanding who your ideal client is, and more importantly, just as important, be able to bring up these types of people in the LinkedIn search results. And so refining and purifying your search results before accelerating your network growth. So this is what Sales Navigator looks like. We use Sales Navigator. It gives you way more targeting options. I highly recommend it. But we're targeting United States CEOs, and for example, if we want to go after like heating and air, HVAC, I have HVAC, and then or capital OR, heating and air. And so once that's dialed in, we again, we just said this. The sales navigator is going to give you better search refinement options. And so there's over 4 ways to create LinkedIn traffic and opportunities, bookings, leads. But here's just a quick overview of just one of our strategies we have. We have more indirect strategies depending on what you're looking for, but we're just going to go over one. So there we go. All right. We're just going to go over one for right now on this free training. And so just, grow your network, but do it with care. Don't grow too fast. There are limits. And we go over those limits, all the limits with you heavily in the paid trainings, right? And 2, automate. We're going to show you how to automate these tasks, giving you more time and efficiency. You can automate these things. There's automation tools that are garbage that are detected by LinkedIn, and there are automation tools that are not detectable by LinkedIn. So you want to make sure you go with the right ones. And if you join, we'll let you know exactly which ones those are and which ones to use and which ones not to use. So this is how you want to leverage, attaching notes, your invites. And depending on the market, sometimes a note works better than without a note. It just depends on the market. I think it also depends on your headline, right? But again, if you attach a note, don't brag about yourself or what you do. Remember, people love to talk about themselves. They love to talk about the businesses that they have built. If you're selling B2B, most likely you're going to be selling to a lot of times as a business owner, but not always. But just remember, people love to talk about themselves. Be sure to show genuine interest in their business, what they do, and you should get really good connection acceptance rates. So keep in mind there are limits to how many invites you can send out per day. And again, this is information we will provide in our full paid business training. And so again, here are a few things you need to be educated about to do the messaging in the most efficient and best way, in the best manner. So you'll need to have a deep understanding of your market. You're going to want to understand what their problems are, sub-markets within your market. You want to be specific as possible when you're reaching out to people, and figuring out a way to really use this search result to refine, even by sub-market if possible. Sometimes that's possible, sometimes it's not, right? So depends on what you specialize in. No matter what that is, again, you have to understand each niche, each industry, and the unique problems that go along with it, right? So, for example, if I'm a real estate syndicator and I want to raise money from accredited investors, I need to understand what they're looking for. And so the pain of some of those people might be like wealth preservation. Some might be more geared towards returns. So you really got to know what that pain is, right? Let's see. And so again, niching down to sub niches, let's go ahead and break this down into a couple of examples. I know we just kind of went into this very vaguely, but let's just really kind of go into it, right? Here we go. So let's take commercial real estate, for example. We got a commercial realtor, a commercial broker. We have these different niches, right? Multifamilies, finding a good deal in a seller's market. It's tough right now. It's into 2019, and if you're buying multifamily real estate, you're not going to get. It's going to be hard to get a good deal. And so, institutional investors, These are people who they just want to find a place to park their money to protect against inflation, wealth preservation. Um, Office and retail. Maybe they want an A-class neighborhood. It's like a really nice neighborhood in the southeast, or maybe they want to reach corporations to lease their buildings out. Um, Maybe another niche for commercial brokers is medical office space, right? So you got to know each of these markets. You got to know what their pain is. So let's do a software as a service company. Um, Say you're selling to a bunch of different industries in the software. You're selling software to a bunch of different industries, right? You're selling to the construction industry. Maybe they've been approached by competitors with a similar product, but a training course or program was not offered, and they were intimidated by technology. And you offer something that kind of is like an award-winning program that, and also an award-winning user interface that's just really easy for them to use. I don't like complicated interfaces. It's ridiculous. We have a lot of interfaces to use, so the construction industry, maybe that's one of their problems, right? So for healthcare, maybe your software is only one of the few that follows HIPAA's strict privacy guidelines. Look, there's another typo. Um, and then for B2B sales teams, maybe they're at six figures and they're trying to move to seven, or they're at five and they're trying to scale to six, and your software helps them with that, right? Management consulting firms, what type of management consulting do they do? So really niching down and understanding your niche, what their pain is, and implementing that properly into messaging is very important. And it's important to understand any commonalities regarding challenges your market typically faces. That's going to help you to create and craft these messages better. uh, So, what type of customers do you specialize in? No matter who this is, once you know the pain, what their, commonality that market's pain is, just going to make your sales process better. So, better to help you to tie your solution, you know, to solving their problem. And this is very, very important. I can't stress this enough. Sorry about that. So let's kind of get a little bit back into messaging and a little bit further. And now that we've talked about understanding the problems of your sub niches, let's talk about how to implement this in your messaging. And so, again, you want to know your market. And when you know your market, it's just easier to create a product to solve their problem, and it's easier to sell too. And so, really, what we want to do in our messaging is we want to, you know, you don't want to be too dramatic with this, but you want to address their pain, and you also want to tie how your product is going to help solve their pain and bring about their desires, right? So, you know, every person is different. And maybe they want to sell the business. Like when I'm selling, I try to figure out, okay, well, maybe, you know, SEO is always a better example for somebody who is really trying to, that's off subject. We won't get into that. So, for different on your end, when you're selling, you really need to understand the desire of your prospect. What's their end goal? Are they trying to train their sales team? Are they trying to flip a business? Or are they trying to look for a solution more like LinkedIn, where they're able to, it does take a little bit of sweat equity, but they're able to have their sales team do it, or they're able to do it to create these opportunities through LinkedIn, right? So you just have to really understand the end desire of the client, right? So again, it's really important to be able to match your service and product as a solution to their problem. And this is where becoming more informed about the sub niches becomes valuable, because by combining in a clear message that focuses on their pain and their desire while showing genuine empathy and knowledge of their sub niche, And this is just going to get you more opportunities in front of people, because people are going to respect you more. So I want to show you a quote that directly relates to this concept and just intelligence, in general. This is like, before I show you this, I don't want you to think I'm implying that your prospect is your enemy. That's not what I'm illustrating at all. And this is a quote from Sun Tzu, a Chinese general, writer, philosopher. He once said that, if you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. And so, as in war, the same concept, it's going to apply in business. Um, and in your messaging, you will want to build value and nurture your audience. So, have value ready to give to your audience as you bring them into your network. And so, this could be, again, this could be a guide on a topic, tool, articles, breaking info, educational material, offers. I wouldn't do that when you bring them right in, right? As you're pitching them. So that shouldn't be there. So this next thing is great if you sell high dollar construction, commercial roofing, filming. We're going to show you how to leverage small LinkedIn groups to create social proof on successful projects you completed. This is a bonus that you'll get if you get the full training course today. So we're not going to show that on this webinar, but that's going to be something if you do buy our paid training course today, you will get that. So again, you're not going to want to pitch in your invites. We're going to go jump back to invites and just kind of repeat myself. I just want to make sure that you understand this, because this is important. You don't want to pitch. Just don't do it. Don't brag about yourself. It's just obnoxious to boast in an invite. Remember, people love to talk about themselves. So you want to show genuine interest in their business and what they do. And you should get really good connection rates if you do that. So keep in mind what we covered today. I thought I saw a repeat slide, but I'm just going to keep going. So keep in mind that what we covered today is only a sliver of what will be covered for this method and our other 3 methods. We've actually added another in there. So in our full paid training course offering at the end, there are going to be about 3 to 4 other strategies we utilize that are completely different than what we have shown you today. So let's kind of look at this with a process breakdown. And so we're taking a LinkedIn search, we're refining and we're purifying that search, and then we're accelerating that LinkedIn acceleration process, or running kind of like a LinkedIn acceleration process, is multiple different types. And we're doing it properly. And that's very important. And then next thing we're doing is we're messaging and emailing. And then, those inbound messages, those messages, they're creating inbound messages, clicks, inbound calls, auto booked appointments, which turn into business opportunities, right? And so this is me on a commercial roofing job we got for one of our commercial roofing clients using the Done For You LinkedIn service traffic. This is me, Jeff Berlin, on a roof. Oh, come on. And so let's kind of go into like a little bit about what some text messages have looked like that I've got from my clients, after running these services. A $9,000 to $12,000 roofing repair job, and 50,000 square foot roof replacement that came with a national account. And it's right here. This person says, I'm in the market to have the roof replaced on our facility. I need a quote and some repair options. Boom. Right here, see? Your timing is good. I do have a portion of a project that will need a flat roof rework. Working on schematics and scope. Give me a ring in about a week. We have a lot of roof work for you to look at. Mention, and then crossed out. So let's kind of go into a target audience required just to make sure if you want to make the move on making a purchase on this. Let's go over a few things to make sure you can leverage this traffic for your business in a profitable manner if you choose to go with our paid service. So if you work with our service, if you work with or service other businesses or professionals, your clients are most likely on LinkedIn, right? So, excuse me, doctors, dentists, construction or restoration that only deals directly with homeowner and the end consumer is probably not going to be a good fit for LinkedIn as a lead generation source. This thing's giving me out. And so your target area of business to be successful on LinkedIn should be 1.75 on the low end. And you're probably more towards that 2.53 million, right? So about two mid-sized metro areas. So just for a reference, I would consider Greensboro, NC, a mid-sized metro area. If your target market's a large metro like Charlotte or San Diego or Austin, Texas, or Atlanta, you should have a very healthy amount of people to target. Just keep that in mind. So if you're wondering about our paid training for your entire sales team, here's some info to help you understand how this information can be beneficial. And so these are proven processes. They have been used successfully to not only grow my business, but my clients' businesses as well. We've broken down these processes in our paid trainings, but we'll be making the content easier and more clear over time. These methods, these training methods, or these LinkedIn processes are by no means in beta. I've been doing this for pushing close to 4 years. However, the models and the way it's being presented is in somewhat of a beta style, right? So after this comes out of beta, we'll probably be doubling, if not tripling, the price of this course. It will go up. This is very, very valuable information. So for right now, we will be offering a special price. And once we get that feedback from our clients, and we're going to provide people who get in early, like now, we're going to provide them with extra value, right? So, weekly Zoom calls with groups of people that'll be done. You'll be entitled to a certain amount of those, right? And they won't be unlimited, but you will be able to get on those calls, Facebook group. And so we will be using feedback surveys to get better, to understand this better, right? And so, in addition to those who buy our full access course, we'll be given access to a Facebook group where we will offer weekly help sessions. And so, in addition, our full LinkedCraft trainings will have new modules and lessons added as new methods become available as things change on LinkedIn. So, this is really a win win for our consulting customers, being that we will be adding more content, we'll also be raising more prices soon. So, it's best to act now is to not lose out on the current pricing and the value that you'll get. And so in this permanent access, we're going to offer a few different levels, right? So we'll have a permanent access trial course. We're going to teach you the beginning basics of what you need to get started generating action on LinkedIn. This option is created so that those who want to see action happen before dropping money on, our more higher ticket courses will have access so you can implement this before you make that bigger purchase, right? And so a partial teaching, here's what it's going to include. My mouse fell asleep. Let's turn this back on. There we go. So this is the preview level LinkedIn training course, and this is paid, right? But it's going to be a partial training of one way we produce leads. So again, this is not the whole course module, but rather approximately a quarter of what you'll learn in the full course training on one method, right? But I'm hinting right now, there might be a bonus full extra way on how to produce leads on LinkedIn if you make the leap tonight, right? If you make the leap soon. If you see this video up, the offer's still good. So that'll be in there, and we'll basically show you how to automate the growth of your network connections on the regular LinkedIn platforms. We'll show you on some info on LinkedIn activity limits. We'll show you how to properly use LinkedIn regular search. We'll show you our best performing invites notes that we've attached to our connection requests that's been used to grow close to 100,000 connections for not only the people in my business, but for businesses that have hired me to help grow their network. And so you'll also get a full-blown training on profile and summary conversion optimization. And we'll show you the settings that we use to get more profile visits. You also get a 20-minute phone call with me to see if your business situation is a good fit for a full LinkedCraft training. If you have any questions about if the size of your audience is sufficient enough for you to fully invest in our full course, right? So let's kind of get into our full training. So now remember, you can always buy the full course as an upgrade after buying the trial course. And so here are just some of the things our full training will include. So everything in our preview plus 4 total and complete methods on how to produce organic and almost free traffic and opportunities from LinkedIn. In our preview training, we only teach you part of one method, right? So full info on all activity limits, regular and sales navigator. We're going to show you how to micro target the prospects by approximate revenue. We're going to give you access to our top performing messages from LinkedIn. We're going to show you how to expedite LinkedIn's crappy customer service. We're going to show you our best performing invite notes, a full-blown training on profile and summary conversion optimization, LinkedIn and Sales Navigator. We're going to show you a detailed dive on how to use Sales Navigator search and LinkedIn regular search. This is going to be more in depth than compared to our preview training. We're going to show you how to nurture your network on as well as off of LinkedIn. Okay. And so we're also going to show you how we use calendar services to get bookings and meetings without PPC ads, no ad spend on almost full automation, and how we get and track inbound calls from LinkedIn without any ad spend. This is all organic. Again, no PPC budget into LinkedIn. And also, we're going to show you how you can use this free but amazing CRM system to mark and record your progress. And so also how to use LinkedIn groups as social proof for your large projects. This is great for roofers. If you've just completed a big project and you want to create a LinkedIn group to show all the other facility managers the work that you've done, you're a happy customer. Great, great, great method. And so we're also going to show you how to produce organic targeted traffic to your website landing page webinar for pennies on the dollar, right? And so we're also going to show you how to manipulate your pending invites that have been pending long-term to accept your connection request. We're going to show you gray and white hat email list building and organizing methods. We're also going to show you how to run email campaigns. Actually, we took that one out. So yeah, no. How to improve, and then we're going to show you how to improve your Facebook ad audiences and cost per acquisition sales with LinkedIn, right? So basically, we're going to show you how to use LinkedIn data to decrease your click costs if you're running Facebook ads. And that can really help you dial in a B2B audience. The data on LinkedIn can really help you dial in a B2B audience on Facebook traffic, right? So here, we're also going to show you how to safely use multiple real LinkedIn accounts from the same computer, what you need to know in order to make it so LinkedIn cannot tell. We're going to share, again, complete LinkedIn algorithm limits, Facebook group with community support, and then you're going to get one 45-minute call or screen share to dive in and go over anything one-on-one. This is in addition to the things that are going to be in the Facebook group that you're having trouble with. And now we recommend you going through the course fully and implementing these things before booking your calls with me. That way, anything you have questions about in the videos or modules, we can discuss one-on-one, right? So, we have even a higher upgrade course, which is basically everything that we just went over, but instead you get 2 45-minute calls or screen shares to dive in instead of one. And so, because we stand by our process and we know that if this is applied continuously, and I say continuously, you can't just do it like a couple days a week. This is something you have to get excited about and commit to. So you will get the opportunity. Excuse me, let me start over. Because we stand by our process and know that if this is applied continuously, you will get opportunities from your market. Now, again, this is a limited 30-day money back guarantee. Now, I'm not guaranteeing you that you're going to close deals. Okay. I don't know your sales process. I don't know your market. I don't know your reputation. I don't know your call return time, your message answering time, your email answering time. I don't know your offers you have. I don't know what certifications you have. I don't know that. But I do know that you will get opportunities if you run these processes, and that's what we're guaranteeing. Let's be very clear about that, okay? So here are two reasons we honor a refund. A, you sign up and your target market is not big enough to create a substantial enough stream of prospects. It's not for you to decide. That's for me to decide. And then when you check out, we will ask you to fill out a form explaining your target market. Failure to fill out this form will most likely jeopardize your guarantee. This will come in as an email, or it will be a form after you make your purchase. So make sure you fill that out. And so, again, um, the second reason, you start the program, you get no results, send us your homework as proof that you have initiated the required work to get results. We want you to succeed. We're here to help you succeed and to give support. I'm not going to wipe your ass, but I will, I really do want you to win. I really do. This has changed my life, and I want it to change your life. Or if your business is already lucrative, I want it to make it more lucrative. I want this to be value. And, I'm not in this just for the money, but, I do need people to take initiative. But failure to implement the paid trainings, that's not a qualified reason for a refund. All right. It's not going to fly. And so, why now? Why wait? I mean, the first thing, but really, PPC costs, they're on the rise. Facebook is getting a bit more competitive, but more importantly, LinkedIn is the most underutilized social media platform today. It's basically a lake full of desirable fish that haven't been fished, right? Except only a few specialized fishermen. Um, and adding another avenue of lead generation is always like the businesses I see that do very well. They have multiple lead generation avenues, and this is just like a one-time buy. You learn it, and you're able to do it over and over and over and over again. And so, reaching that level by targeting more qualified or targeted businesses, LinkedIn will allow you to do that, right? So that's another reason. Also, more appointments and more inbound leads. I want you to imagine. I want you to feel these qualified leads coming and feel the happiness that's going to bring, right? Just um, how awesome that's going to be for you and your sales team, or like both, right? And also getting around the gatekeepers, like no more gatekeepers. Gatekeepers can give you valuable info about your prospect, what they're expecting, but typically I don't like dealing with gatekeepers. So now's the decision. You can take the long way or you can take the easy way. I've spent years refining and developing this knowledge and information. Time waits for no one. That I promise you, we all know is true. So now's the time to choose. You can take what you've learned today and spend the next, I hope it wouldn't take you a couple years, but it would definitely take probably more than a couple years for you to figure out everything that's in these premium trainings, because I've been doing this for 4 years. And I there's other LinkedIn experts that I show this stuff to, and they're like, "Oh wow!" Um, and I learned stuff too from other people, but a lot of the stuff, I see LinkedIn experts doing stuff online, and like their search, they don't know how to refine searches, they don't know how to do a lot of this stuff. So you spend the next couple years, or maybe start getting some results, and using some of the stuff. It takes you a year, right? So, or really what you can do is just accelerate your learning curve by 100x, and just really dive in with these methods that have produced proven results over and over and over again. And really just, take the leap and, increase that learning curve, right? So without this proper information and training, you run the risk of your LinkedIn profile getting flagged, getting your account put on restrictions, as well as not having the ability to learn years of information, in just like a week. You sit down and you watch this stuff a few times, over the course of a week or two. I mean, that's going to put you years ahead. And we don't, LinkedIn's going to be relevant for a while, but we don't know how long it's going to be unsaturated like it is right now. So now's the time to make that move. Okay. And so our full paid business training includes over 30 videos, 6 documents, to make sure you're provided with everything you or your sales team need to get more qualified business opportunities from the platform, from LinkedIn. And so, we're going to show you how to do all this in a multitude of avenues safely and without getting flagged. And so, if you're ready to take action and tap into the most valuable, underutilized B2B online social media platform, go ahead and click the link above. Either above, below, or beside this video. You also see a button to go to the next page, but you want to go to linkcraftnow.com/order form A. And so, the clock is ticking, my friends. I don't know when we are going to raise the price, but we will. And once we get this feedback on how clear these modules are, because I really tried to really take the time to make them clear, short and concise, but not too short. So I just wanted to include a lot of meat and potatoes right to the point. So click the link, look for the button above or below this video, and just remember, it's a tax write-off, and this is really going to be one of the best marketing purchases you make all year. The ability to basically create micro-targeted clicks out of thin air is absolutely insanely valuable. So if this is something you want to do, don't wait. Again, remember, the ones who get in on something before everyone else catches on will always reap the most benefits. And that you heard growing up, early bird gets the worm. This is a prime example. So, this is Jeff Berlin with LinkedCraft. I hope you found this training valuable. I really, really, I really enjoy doing this, and I really enjoy helping other business owners to, really leverage this stuff. So, I look forward to speaking. We'll talk soon.